Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades. Now I've done like 3 live streams today, so I'm very tired. But I'm here again to give you guys some analysis. So let's get right into it, and hopefully it won't take too long because I'm very tired and I need to get some sleep. So right now, markets had a very lackluster day, down 30 basis points on the SPY. Triple Qs were down 60 basis points, actually inching down from their highs back here around 430, I believe, or 429.89 cents. IWM, flat day today, 1 basis point. And Dow Jones again pushing on and making a new all-time high. Dow Jones is actually at 38,000 points now. Excuse me, which means the DIA, the diamonds, have reached to 381. So overall, nothing has really changed from yesterday's analysis. The count remains the same. We're basically either in a 1-2-1-2 setup or we are in the 3-3 moment. But looking at the chart right now, it looks a little bit toppy, and we could be getting a retrace next week, which means we would have maybe 1 to 2% retrace, or at least some consolidation, maybe some sideways chop like this, where we just consolidate near the highs and retest the previous all-time high before we continue higher. I know there's a lot of bearishness out there. The bears are ripping their hair out, screaming that the market's gonna crash, but you really need a big catalyst for that to happen. Maybe they start to raise rates again. I don't know. Maybe it really is gonna happen. But looking at the daily, momentum waves are curling in. Green money flow is like at its highest at the moment. It's highest that it's been in a very long time. Basically since like 2020, we haven't seen this kind of green money flow. So money is piling into the market right now, getting extremely long. 4 hour, you have decreasing green money flow, red dot confirmation here a couple of days ago. And on the daily, you're about to confirm a red dot, unless you maybe you have a couple more days, or unless you keep pumping higher, right? And then we'll take a look at the daily time frame on the SPY. Nothing there, nothing on the 4 hour, except for 4 hour. You have a bunch of red crosses. When you get on the futures, the futures, you actually have some selling on the 4 hour. So big money is definitely taking profits here, and that's probably why we're starting to struggle a little bit, right around the 4,900 level on the futures. And yeah, so nothing on the daily there. Looking at Owenda, you already got the selling in advance, and yeah, basically the same thing. Nothing new. But yeah, we'll be looking out for a bit of a pullback and sideways chop next week. We have a lot of data coming out. I'll just cover it very quickly here. On Monday, we have nothing. On Tuesday, this is when the data starts. We have consumer confidence, JOLT job openings, which is going to be expected to be reduced by 60,000 from 8.79 million to 8.73. But I think it's going to be a huge miss again. And then we're looking on Wednesday, we have the ADP non-farm employment change, so non-farm payrolls, but from ADP, so the private sector reporting, not the government. So usually those are the real numbers, and the government numbers are usually the fabricated ones. And then looking at the 2 p.m. On the same day, we have the Fed fund rate FOMC statement. So that's going to be expected that the Fed is going to keep the rate at 5.5%, and unchanged from the previous one. And then looking at Thursday, we have unemployment claims and ISM manufacturing PMI. So again, anything under 50, I think, is a recession. So again, we're at 47. And then looking at Friday, we have average hourly earnings, non-farm payrolls, the government ones. I should say the real ones, but the government ones, and then the unemployment rate, and then revise consumer sentiment, and which is expected to remain flat. Okay, so that's basically it. We'll take it day by day. It's gonna be a busy day next week, end of the month, and the beginning of a new month, all in 1 week. So you're gonna have funds closing out positions and funds opening positions, right? So busy week. All right, let's get over to the individual names now. Let's cover Roku, as we'll start off with as per usual. So Roku again had a bit of an update today, a very small update, but it appears that it's still in its wave 2. I don't have confirmation that it's finished just yet. We can dive into the smaller time frames. and see what's going on right now. So yeah, you have a little bit of a downsloping RSI right now. The first confirmation of a break higher here is going to be that the wave 3 is starting on a smaller time frame. So just pay attention to that, and then you'll be okay. If we do come lower, I have this buy area down here, but it's kind of this correction. I don't like it so much, like for it to be a C leg. It's not impulsive enough, right? Which leads me to believe that the A wave could have extended lower here, and the B wave is going to be higher, and then you're gonna go for a bigger retrace in it for the wave 2 here, which means you could go technically lower, right? Which is not ideal, but it can happen. So don't get me wrong. I want the markets to go up, and I want stocks to go up. I want people to make money, but this is an alternate scenario that we need to pay attention to, because now that it's chopping like this, chopping sideways like this leads me to believe that this impulsive move down was your A wave, and it's possible that we are coming up in a bigger B, and this move needs to be delayed, right? And this is going to come up in an ABC, in a B wave retrace, like so. And then once you've done that, you can come back down in a C leg, right? But again, we'll take it day by day. Nothing is confirmed, nothing is set in stone right now, and we'll just put everything back, right? So we'll just put everything back, but just keep in mind that there's that alternate scenario that can happen. All right, let's move on. Let's take a look at StarBUX. So that's the thing about Elliott wave, very subjective. You can do multiple different patterns. So StarBUX is still in the buy area. I like the trade setup here. I think we should go higher, and I think some people are saying it's in the toilet. I don't know about that, but I think StarBUX is just set up for a pump up. It's got earnings next week, so that's going to be interesting. We'll have to see if they meet expectations, and if they do, then the wave 2 is going to play out beautifully, and we're going to get an ABC correction towards the upside, and then you'll finish up the wave 2 after that. All right, let's move on. We'll take a look here at Apple. Apple is currently pulling back in this wave 2. If it starts, in this wave 3, if it starts to get out of hand, this can really turn into an impulsive move, which is really what is going to be tough for the markets to stay up if Apple's falling apart. That's why there's also another alternative possibility that this is a more complicated move, and we have to recount the whole thing, which I could do, but I'm going to do it on another day because I'm tired right now. Let's take a look at Tesla. All right, Tesla. So Tesla had a bit of an update today, up 34 basis points. Got blown out of the water on earnings, which is unfortunate. Now I redid the price target area, which is right around here, between 176 to 145. Again, I think Tesla, like I said, I've said it many times. I'm going to say it again. It's extremely oversold on the daily. 4 hour is extremely oversold as well, and the 1 hour is extremely oversold. So again, you got extreme oversold conditions in the stock. You haven't been this low on the daily since 2016, and another time back here in 2022, right? But again, this was a 66% drop, and this is a 33% drop. So this to me that tells me that sellers are using a lot of like gunpowder, dry powder, and they're just wasting it selling Tesla down, because this thing is going to get bought up, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But yeah, that's basically it for Tesla, and then we'll move on. We'll take a look at natural gas. Natural gas had a nice rebound today. So again, I think we talked about this as well. Looks like we did this buy area did not work out, and it looks like it's coming down for an extended C leg, which leads me to believe that it's fading the low. It's chopping up traders. This nat gas is known to be as the widow maker in the market, right? That's what they call it, the widow maker. And I mean, these moves really depict that. Like we had a 3% down day today in nat gas, and now it's back up to 0.65%, right? So again, if this takes off, it could take off at any moment. and we'll just be patiently waiting because nat gas is going to be extremely high in the coming years. Let's take a look very quickly just on wave edge and market cipher. So market cipher daily not looking that great, to be honest. You have a red money flow, and it's actually showing that this is a larger ABC correction. But this is not a corrective move. This is an impulsive move. So this is where I would say it's wrong. And then looking at the weekly I think it looks pretty bad as well. We have a red diamond with a 21, but surprisingly, like with that confirmation of a red diamond, things held pretty okay. You know, they actually weren't so bad. We've had much worse days in natural gas. And then finally, we'll take a look at the monthly. I think the monthly isn't looking that great either. But again, this is just how this trade is going to work. We're going to come into seasonality in around April, which is going to be the most bullish month for natural gas, and I do expect to get out of this rut that we've been in. All right, that's about it. Let's move on. Take a look at oil. Oil is perking up, and like I said, if oil is able to clear this level, it could really start to take off, which means that this move here is not going to happen, and we finished the fifth wave. Right, the 5-wave moves is done. It's over, and we need to look for a larger cycle to potentially start here, which means that maybe we are already in the first wave, or we are finished the first wave. We're going to go in a 3-wave move higher for a larger cycle up. All right, so it's possible that this is what's playing out. I think we would still be in wave 1, but 1, yeah, I mean, this would be like a complex correction for beat 2 for this to be 3. But yeah, I mean, if oil is really going to do this, then you're going, like I said, I think you're going to go to new all-time highs in oil, which is really bad for inflation. And then let's cover the yields here. So we'll take a look at TLT and the 20-year yield. So basically the same thing. Like I said, I think this is they're just chopping up traders, and they're trying to shake people out of this trade before it really starts to move. Could they push it lower? Yeah, technically they could. You have decreasing green money flow, the 4 hours in red money flow, and you have a very small ABC here, so it looks like the C leg could extend. But let me see. Let's take a look at wave edge. You have a green cross today, which is a good news. 4 hour you have significant buying, and 1 hour you have a little bit of buying there. But what I like to focus on is also TMF. We'll take a look at TMF because this TMF is the leveraged. Whoops. Let me put this back here. TMF is the leveraged option. You got 2 green crosses. You got multiple amounts of significant buying as well. And then we'll take a look at wave edge, not market cipher, TMF. And yeah, I mean, showing they should extend back up at a 5th wave, but all of this depends on the data that we're going to get next week. If it's good for yields, then yeah, they're going to do well. If it's not, it's not, right? So that's why you got to be a little bit risk averse when you're in these trades, because things can move pretty quickly for yields, right? They can drop quickly on news and reverse back quickly on other news, so it could be all over the place. So just be patient if you're in this trade. But looking at the RSI here, it's burning it. It's just burning the RSI. Stochastics have reset, so this could very well continue higher. All right, that's about it. Don't have really much to add. I'm really tired. I'm going to get some good sleep, and I'll give you guys maybe some updates tomorrow inside the Discord. Feel free to join. It's free for everyone. Talk to you guys later.